everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna talk about sleep. I'm Rita and today it's all about you. The pattern of sleep affects mental and physical health. The purpose of sleep is restoration, consolidation and vital to the metabolic health. During sleep, brain cells shrink until 60%, and when these toxins are to accumulate in the brain, it can play a very significant role in the neurological disease, like for instance Alzheimer's. Sleeps help to consolidate memories and the long-term memories to be much more fixed in our brain. When you have insufficient or fragmented sleep, it can decrease your ability to form new memories, particularly concrete and emotional memories. When you have an insufficient amount of sleep, or when your sleep pattern is not sufficient for your needs, it can lead to insulin insensibility, which increase the risks of diabetes, hypertension, obesity, heart disease, poor attention and thinking span, or even trigger maniac episodes. The way your circadian cycle works is genetic, so it's something that comes from a heritage from your family, particularly from your parents. So if you don't have a good quality of sleep, probably it can be something that it came from your mom or from your dad, and if you continue in this way, this is something that you can give eventually to your son or daughter. Your brain cycle between the non-REM and REM. REM stands for rapid eye movement. Non-REM has 4 stages in the process. The first stage is the phase between your being awake and you fall asleep. The second stage is the light sleep, when your heart rate, breathe and temperature drops significantly. The third and fourth stage are deep sleep. REM is when your eye moves rapidly behind your eyelids. In this stage, your brain waves are much like when you are awake. The breath rate increase and your body is paralyzed to protect you from eventually physical damage. The cycle repeats itself during a night, but in each cycle you spend less and less time in the deep sleep, and you spend more time in this REM stage, which are the states where we dream. Previously it was thought that REM was the most important stage, but after several years of studies, we can now know that non-REM is the most important stage, because it's the stage where we can restore our energy. It's where we feel much more restless, and it's where the learning process and the memories are fixed in the brain. Each individual needs a different amount of sleep. Usually there's no rule about it. We only know a very generic thing, like the teenagers and young people usually needs between 8 and 12 hours of sleep. Newborns need between 10 and 18 hours of sleep. Adults usually need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep, and old people usually need 5 to 9 hours of sleep. But this is just a guide for physicians, because each person has different needs and different ways of sleep, so it's different from each organism and for each person. So in a way to respect our circadian rhythm, it's important that during the day we will be in bright lights, and during the night we will be in much more dark environments. Reducing blue lights from the different devices at least 1 hour before you go to sleep. Avoid caffeine or caffeine or any kind of drink that can excite your heartbeat, particularly from the end of the day on. Also avoid daytime naps in a daily basis. Try to have a routine or a constant time to go to sleep and to awake. So it's important that you create some routine and go to bed more or less at the same time every day, and wake up more or less at the same time every day. Take melatonin supplements if you feel that you need, or talk with a physician about it. Avoid eating a very full meal or even drink alcohol before you go to sleep. Optimize your bedroom in a way of environment and temperature. Try to relax and clear your mind. If you feel comfortable, try to do some a short meditation before you go to sleep. For some people, a bath or a shower can really help to relax. For other people, it works on the other way, so it depends on the kind of people that you are. Use a shower or a bath if this helps you to feel more relaxed. And avoid any kind of physical exercise before you go to sleep. There are some common myths about our sleep and the sleeping pattern. Probably sleep is one of the most studied things in a human being, and it's still it has still a lot of secrets, and there's still a lot of things that scientists and physicians doesn't know about the sleeping. The first myth that I want to talk about is we all need 8 hours of sleep. This is something that we used to hear 30-40 years ago, but now we know that it's not so accurate, because now we know that it depends on each organism and depends on different people has different needs, so depends on each person. People used to say once a poor sleeper, always a poor sleeper, and this is not true, because we can learn how to sleep better. We can learn some mechanisms that help us to relax and to try to have much better quality in our sleeping time. Daytime naps are bad for you. Well, they are not totally bad if you had a bad night's sleep, or if you feel too tired, but most of the times power nap has the same effect as 1 or 2 cups of coffee. So you can choose between them, but you have to be aware what time of the day that you do this nap. Alcohol makes you sleep better. This is not true, because usually alcohol makes you have a fragment sleep, which is not a quality sleep, and that's why most of the times when you have alcohol the night before or the day before, you feel a little bit more tired when you wake up, because the quality of your sleep is not the same when you don't drink alcohol at all. When you cannot sleep, just stay in bed and try and really make an effort. This usually doesn't work this way. This is something that people usually do, but the correct thing and the most accurate thing to do is to get up and to do some kind of activity, not a really hard physical one, but some kind of activity that make you not think about the sleeping time that you are missing, and at the same time that helps your body to understand that he needs to go to rest. And the last thing is something that you usually hear people saying, that dreams means that you had a good night of sleep, which is not true. Because if you sleep well, you don't remember your dreams. Because if you remember your dreams, it means that in some point you wake up after a dream, and that's why you remember them. So usually not remember a dream is not a bad sign, is a sign that you are having a good quality of sleep. And at the same time, it means that every time that you wake up knowing or remembering a dream, it means exactly the opposite. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, comment if you want, share with a friend, and I'll see you next time for another video. Bye!